I want a divorce.
He sat across from me, a smug smile playing on his lips, as if he had been waiting for this moment. I want a divorce, he declared, his voice cold and unfamiliar, like a stranger's. My heart plummeted to my stomach. Divorce? After 20 years of marriage, 2 beautiful children, and countless shared dreams? It felt like a nightmare. The words hung in the air, suffocating me. Then came the bombshell that would change everything.
I inherited $5 million. I'm finally free from you.
The world spun around me, my mind struggling to process his words. $5 million? It felt surreal, a cruel joke. How could this be happening? How could money, a mere piece of paper, shatter our life together? It seemed impossible. As the initial shock subsided, a wave of confusion washed over me. What had gone so wrong? Why was he doing this? This wasn't the man I married, the man who vowed to love me in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer. Where had that man gone? The days that followed were a blur of pain and disbelief. I felt like a ghost, haunting the empty hallways of our once happy home. The life we had built together, brick by brick, lay in ruins at my feet. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, consumed by an unbearable ache in my chest. Doubt gnawed at my soul. Had our love been nothing but an illusion? My friends and family rallied around me, offering words of comfort and support. Their love kept me afloat in the sea of despair. Yet a part of me remained shattered, unable to comprehend the sudden betrayal. How could he discard me so easily, like a worn-out pair of shoes? One evening, as I sat with my daughter, her innocent eyes brimming with tears, she whispered something that sent chills down my spine.
Daddy's been acting strange. He's always on the phone talking about investments and lawyers.
My heart skipped a beat. Investments? Lawyers? A seed of suspicion began to grow in my mind. Her words echoed in my ears long after she'd gone to bed. There was something more to this inheritance, something sinister, lurking beneath the surface. My husband, usually oblivious to financial matters, was suddenly an expert, throwing around terms like capital gains and offshore accounts. It just didn't add up. Determined to uncover the truth, I decided to investigate. As the days morphed into weeks, my husband's behavior grew increasingly distant and hostile. He became a stranger in our own home, his eyes cold and calculating. Gone were the days of shared laughter and intimate conversations. In their place were icy silences and cutting remarks. He criticized my every move, belittled my accomplishments, and dismissed my feelings with a wave of his hand. He seemed to relish in my pain, his words dripping with venom. I realized then that the man I loved was gone, replaced by a greedy imposter consumed by his newfound wealth. Each day brought fresh pain, fresh insults. Yet, amidst the heartache, a flicker of determination ignited within me. I would not let him break me. I would not be a victim. Section 5. The Revelation. My relentless pursuit of the truth led me to a dusty old file cabinet in the attic. It was a place I had rarely ventured, filled with the remnants of our past, forgotten and neglected. There, hidden amongst forgotten bills and tax returns, I stumbled upon a stack of documents that made my blood run cold. Each paper I pulled out seemed to tell a darker story, a narrative of secrets and lies. Loan agreements, promissory notes, and a mountain of debt, all tied to my husband's name. The sheer volume of it was overwhelming, a testament to years of financial mismanagement and deceit. The inheritance wasn't a windfall, it was a lifeline, a desperate attempt to escape a financial abyss he'd dug himself into. Every overdue stamp, every red mark, was a reminder of the precarious situation we were in. The $5 million he'd so proudly boasted about wasn't his to spend. It was a facade, a mask to hide the grim reality of our financial ruin. It was earmarked for creditors, lawyers, and anyone else he'd conned along the way. The money was already spoken for, a mere drop in the ocean of debt he had accumulated. The realization hit me like a ton of bricks. The man I thought I knew had been living a double life, hiding his true self behind a veil of lies. He hadn't just betrayed our marriage, he'd lied and manipulated me, turning me into an unwitting accomplice in his web of deceit. The weight of his actions bore down on me, leaving me to grapple with the enormity of his betrayal. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I confronted him. I had spent countless hours gathering evidence, piecing together the puzzle of his deceit.
The look on his face was priceless. A mixture of shock, guilt, and a desperate attempt to regain control. He had never expected me to find out, to challenge him so directly.
But I was done being controlled. I had found my strength, my voice, and I was ready to use it. I laid out the documents, each one a testament to his deceit. Every lie, every betrayal, meticulously documented.
"We need to talk," I said, my voice firm and resolute. There was no room for negotiation, no space for his usual manipulations.
He tried to deny it, to deflect, to charm his way out of it as he always had, but his usual tactics were failing him. But I stood my ground. This wasn't about the money, not anymore. It was about reclaiming my dignity, my self-respect. It was about respect, about honesty, about the sanctity of the vows we had made, vows that he had so carelessly broken. What followed was a tense negotiation, a battle for my fair share. Every word, every gesture, a testament to my resolve. He fought me every step of the way, but I refused to back down. I had come too far to let him win now. In the end, he had no choice but to agree to my terms. His defeat was inevitable, and my victory was hard-earned. The day the divorce was finalized, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. It wasn't a joyous occasion, but it was a necessary one. I had faced betrayal, weathered the storm, and emerged stronger on the other side. The woman who had once been lost in the wreckage of her marriage was gone. In her place stood a survivor, a woman determined to reclaim her life and forge her own path. I sold the house, paid off his remaining debts, and used the rest to secure my future and my children's well-being. With each passing day, the pain of the past faded, replaced by a newfound sense of purpose and peace. I reconnected with old friends, pursued long-forgotten passions, and rediscovered the woman I was always meant to be. Life had thrown me a curveball, but I had hit it out of the park. I learned that true wealth doesn't lie in bank accounts or material possessions, but in the strength of our spirit and the love we share with others. The $5 million he so desperately clung to had brought him nothing but misery. But my freedom, my dignity, my unwavering spirit, those were priceless. Years later, I am grateful for the experience. It taught me the importance of self-worth, the power of resilience, and the boundless capacity of the human heart to heal. I am no longer defined by my past, but rather by the woman I have become. Strong, independent, and filled with an unshakable zest for life. The man who swore to love me, for richer or poorer, may have broken his vow, but I have stayed true to mine. I choose happiness. I choose love. I choose me. And that, my friends, is worth more than all the money in the world.